Well, let's bring this up right now because people have said this. So let's just switch topics for a second. You're telling me apparently that a lot of people are saying the Savage biography on A&E. We said it was just a shitty biography and just not a very well done example of the genre, and meandered all around, and there was 20 million people that didn't belong on it. But now some of the fans are saying it was a hit piece. Is this what I'm hearing?
Oh, I've seen a lot of that. They
were out to get Randy?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that. And I can understand why they think that. I mean, there are uncomfortable things that you talk about when you're doing a full biography of someone beyond the show biography. But then they point to things that were left out of the Steve Austin and Roddy Piper ones. And I think that's a fair argument, although I believe it's a different filmmaker for each episode of the series. But eventually, when it's Hogan, who's full of shit. I mean, I'm not trying to put down Hulk Hogan and all the Hogan fans out there, but he's not the known historian Hulk Hogan. He's full of shit Hulk Hogan. So
you never believe him if his tongue was notarized.
You never know what's true and what isn't. Because he says a lie as easy as he says the truth. And then Bubba the Love Sponge, who I don't even know if that guy's still on the radio. Where did they dig him up from?
I just saw an article. Apparently, he's homeless, living in a hotel. He's been kicked off at most, if not all, of his radio stations, and he's just, he's the fall of the mighty Tampa shock jock. There is a shock jock.
But I mean,
apparently
that's
he got shocked too many times.
But that's part of it. So now you have the Randy Savage story being told by Hogan, Bubba, and then with the Elizabeth stuff, they certainly paint certain aspects of the relationship without saying abuse. They paint it as an abusive relationship that she was trying to escape from. With the Gorgeous George stuff, they go further, but it still felt like there was more they were going to say, and they didn't. So now you have this biography of Randy Savage that's going into his relationships and the mechanisms of it. And like I said, some people have looked at Steve Austin's biography and other aspects of Piper's biography and said, hey, how do you leave these things out? But the Randy Savage one, half the piece is just talking about what a weirdo he was. In the nicest, and that's the nicest thing you can say.
In the nicest possible way. I mean, part of it is I just figure everybody already knows most of these stories about Randy and just, Randy's Randy. And I just thought it was a lousy television program with a bunch of meaningless people in it that didn't need to be there. I didn't think they were actively trying to make him look bad. But, what's a fella to do? I mean, can't a guy have security cameras put in his house or in his girlfriend's house to why? So that's another thing I didn't understand. Were they saying that he had security cameras put into Gorgeous George's house when he lived somewhere else so that he could keep an eye on her?
That's what they said. Yeah, that's what they said in the thing.
So what did he have the CIA come in while she was out shopping one day and wire the place up? How would you even accomplish that? That may be a little far-fetched.
Lanny, do you know where we can get some cameras?
Yeah, yeah, Lanny was in on it.
I will get a ladder.
Lanny drove the panel van.
Randy, do you think she'll notice all these cameras?
Ay. Anyway.
But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Any biography you do of anyone, unless it's, Mother Teresa, and even her probably, there's always a bad thing you could point at or look at. More than likely, anyone, even the most loved wrestler, if you did a biography of them that was true, there will be aspects of their lives that you're going to be uncomfortable with. But the Randy Savage one compared to the other ones, I mean, they didn't even touch on stuff in the other ones.
Yeah. Well,
so I understand
I mean, what would they have been touching on with Roddy that was uncomfortable with his family? He had a very happy family. Possibly substances.
Well, they kind of talked about substances, but I think what I've seen people point at is talking about the tone and the words of some of his more racially tinged promos and moments.
Oh, good Lord.
Including him half black for WrestleMania 6, which was just edited off the Peacock version of WrestleMania.
But when we read the transcript of the promo, it was actually a positive thing.
Well, I will say when he was heel, it may not have been so positive, some of the words coming out of his mouth. But again, that's just him. I think the Austin comparison was the one that really.
Well, there you go. Well, and also, but there you go, because there's you want the big star on the thing, and he's still alive, then you'll fucking stay away from his personal life when a guy's private. Whereas when these other people are dead, they could do what. But no, anybody thinking that they should have brought up Piper's racial promos like that was anything that he meant in real life is a fucking lunatic. And he was getting heat, so there's nothing there whatsoever. But yeah, they went
Austin, that's the issue.
Well, they went into Randy's marital relations because he wasn't around to be in the show. So why not? But I can see that. I can see that comparison being valid with Austin, but I can't see it with Roddy. They really didn't need to go into anything more about him than they did, except that in the past, he may have traded a higher paying job for a chance to work in a short trip territory and do more snorts. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't think that would have fit into the documentary.
That probably wouldn't have fit into the documentary. However, well, folks, if you want your life not told, but painted, see what I did there, Brian? Go to the fine folks at paintyourlife.com. If you've got a life that you want to remember, if you have family members, loved ones, cherished pets, great moments in your life that you want to remember forever, have a photograph or a combination of photographs of those self-same things turned into a beautiful hand-painted portrait from the folks at paintyourlife.com. You can get it, as I said, from any photo at a truly affordable price from a team of world-class artists. You can order a custom-made hand-painted portrait in less than 5 minutes in the quick and easy process. You'll get it in about 3 weeks. And as we mentioned, they can take any photograph or they can combine them so you can have different generations, family members from coast to coast and continent to continent all together in the same place. And then you'll be able to remember it forever because you'll be staring at it on the wall in that beautiful frame for the rest of your life. So make sure you pick wisely. Anyway, go to paintyourlife.com and see and learn all about it because there's no risk. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded, guaranteed. And right now, as a limited time offer, you can get 20% off your painting and free shipping. 20% off and free shipping by texting the word DRIVE, D-R-I-V-E, to 64,000. That's DRIVE to 64 with 3 zeros. DRIVE to 64,000. Paint your life. Celebrate the moments that matter most. Terms apply. Available at paintyourlife.com/terms.